You've heard it a million times, right? Someone's furious and they yell, "I'm gonna quit," or "That's it, we're done." But what happens when somebody nearby takes those words literally? Today, we're digging into a classic fable from Aesop that teaches a really powerful lesson about the danger of banking on emotional threats.
So, here's the big takeaway right up front. There is a huge difference between what people say when they're frustrated and what they actually plan to do. And you know what? Being able to spot that difference is an absolutely crucial skill. And that question, that's where things get really interesting. What are the consequences for an outsider who overhears a threat and doesn't see an outburst but sees an opportunity? As we're about to find out, it's a mistake that can cost you big time. All right, so let's dive into the story. It begins, like a lot of these old fables do, right on the edge of two different worlds: the cozy, safe world of a little cottage and the wild, unpredictable world of the forest.
So you've got this wolf, right? And he's hungry, he's looking for an easy meal, and he's eavesdropping. He hears something super familiar: a crying kid and a parent who's at their wits' end. But to him, this isn't just background noise, it's the sound of a golden opportunity. And there it is. The mother, just totally exasperated, throws out this impulsive threat. And the wolf? Oh, he is thrilled. He thinks, dinner is served. This is his huge mistake. He hears her words and takes them as a literal, concrete promise. So the wolf, he takes her words at face value. And well, this is where it all starts to go wrong for him. He decides to wait it out, completely convinced he's made a brilliant move, when really, his own greed is just blinding him.
He waits and waits. The entire day goes by, and he's just sitting there, absolutely certain that this angry promise is going to pay off. But nothing happens. The kid's still inside. The mother's not coming out. He's wasting his best hunting time on a total fantasy, all built on a single emotional outburst he overheard. And then, as the sun starts to set, the wolf hears the mother's voice again. But this time, the tone is completely different. The anger is gone. It's been replaced by this soft, protective, loving voice. The threat isn't just gone. It's been flipped into a promise to violently protect the child from him. And right on cue, reality comes crashing in. The father shows up with the family's dogs. Suddenly, the wolf, who was expecting an easy meal, is literally running for his life. He barely gets away. That one miscalculation nearly cost him everything. Okay, so the story's over, but what are we really talking about here? This is all about the massive, massive gap that can exist between what someone says out loud and what they actually mean deep down, especially when they're emotional.
So let's just quickly break down who's who. The wolf, he's basically opportunistic greed on four legs. The mother, she's that flash of impulsive emotion that we all feel sometimes. And the father and the dogs, they're the real deal. They represent that deep, protective force that's always there under the surface.
This is really the heart of the whole fable, right? You have the rhetoric, the angry words she used to just try and get the kid to be quiet, and then you have the reality, which was her deep, unshakable love for her child. The wolf only heard the rhetoric. He completely missed the reality. And the skill that this whole story is trying to teach us, it's called discernment. It's the ability to judge well, to look past all the emotional noise and understand what's really going on beneath the surface, to see the true loyalties that are actually in play.
Okay, but let's be real. This isn't just some dusty old fable. This exact dynamic, the wolf and the mother, it happens all around us, every single day, at work, at home, everywhere. I mean, think about it. Have you ever had a friend who's venting, "I swear I'm going to quit this job," and for a second you think, maybe I should apply? That's the personal trap. Or how about a coworker who's trashing the boss, and you see it as a chance to, form an alliance? That's the interpersonal trap. It is so easy to fall for this stuff because our own wishful thinking kicks in. We want the threat to be real because it might benefit us.
So what's the mental mistake we're making here? We see someone's frustration and we mistake it for a real strategy. We start wasting our own time, our energy, our resources, waiting around for an empty promise to come true. And it's all because we failed to see the deep loyalties that 9 times out of 10 are going to win in the end. All right, so the big question is, how do we stop ourselves from being the wolf? How do we get better at this whole discernment thing? Let's break down the key takeaways into stuff we can actually use. So let's recap the big lessons. First, just assume that words spoken in anger are worthless as promises. Second, if you want to know someone's true intentions, watch them when they're calm, not when they're freaking out. Third, never ever underestimate the power of that hidden protector, that underlying loyalty. And finally, stop eavesdropping. It's so much better to spend your energy hunting for your own opportunities instead of waiting for someone else's drama to create one. Okay, let's get into some powerful mantras you can actually use. Here's the first one. It's about making your decisions based on what's real and what you can prove, not on the emotional static you happen to overhear. It's all about separating the signal from the noise. This next one is all about understanding people. Someone's temporary anger at their family or their team or their company, it's almost never as strong as their fundamental deep down loyalty to it. Remember that. And the last one brings it all back to the wolf's biggest mistake, wasting his time. Seriously, don't be that wolf who wasted an entire day waiting for a lie to come true. Your time and your energy are your most precious resources. Use them to go after real things. I want you to really hold on to this final image. That desperate, panicked run for his life. That's the price the wolf paid for his bad judgment. It's what happens when you believe an emotional lie instead of looking for a concrete truth. So I'll leave you with this one crucial question. Just take a look at your own life, your job, your relationships. Are your plans and your strategies built on solid ground, on your own hard work? Or are you maybe kind of like the wolf, just waiting outside a window, listening to someone else's drama, and just hoping that a lie turns out to be true?